I'm still drifting with your echoes. Two people who were always together are torn apart. That's all there is to this story. Welcome to Sidetracked.
Sidetracked, we're getting sidetracked. Yes, we're getting sidetracked. What were we talking about?
Yung podcast!
Wait, are we recording already?
Yeah, we were just about to start.
Should we start that again?
Again?
Nah, it's fine.
A quick disclaimer for all listeners. We have recorded the discussion part separately from our segments, which can cause confusion in the timeline. The discussion of the anime was recorded in 2022 after we finished watching, while the segments were filmed in 2023. Furthermore, the anime in question has very sensitive topics such as suicide and abuse that may trigger some listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
Side?
Chat.
Where? Hello! We're back.
Hi! Gusto ko yung hello mo, yung parang, hello!
Hello! We're back!
Nor. Ganon.
Naging Australian, ganun.
So we are gonna talk about Gana
Introduction.
Wanna.
You
Oh,
forgot to introduce
I'm
ourselves.
Brie.
I'm
Brie.
Lila.
I'm
I'm
Kay.
Lila.
So it's us three again.
Duh.
It's us,
we-
young girls.
So we watched Given for one of our theme watching. We watched both the anime and the film, and also the OVA. So we watched all of it. I'm a bit nervous for this discussion. Anyways, so Given is about this boy. He's named Mafuyu. So Mafuyu has a guitar, a secondhand guitar, and it's broken. It's a broken guitar. He doesn't know how to fix it, and he meets one of his schoolmates, Ue Noyama. So Ue fixed the guitar for him, and he found out that he knows how to play the guitar. So Mafu asked him to teach him, and that's the start of their story. That's the start of the story. I don't want to spoil, but that's the start of the story. It's a bad.
We're bound to spoil it anyway because
Yeah,
we're gonna
we're
talk about
discussing
it.
it.
I know. Oh, and we might do some manga spoilers as well because
Yeah.
there are some things that I want to talk about.
And I'm
So
also in the process of reading the manga.
yes. So if you guys haven't read the manga, I highly suggest you read it.
Yes.
I read the manga before the anime, so the pain was deeper. So
The funny thing is, though, this
Yeah.
is the very first manga I ever really decided to like read to
yeah.
the end, and it's BL.
Welcome
It's
to
my
the world
first
of
manga.
BL.
It's my first manga, and it's BL.
It's fine because it's not like the
It's not
typical
explicit.
BL, yeah. So
Yeah. It's
even
nice. It's
in the
very
shonen
tasteful.
ai genre, it's not
Yeah.
as like the cliched BL.
Yeah. It's very tasteful. I can say that.
Yeah, it's my favorite. It's one of my favorites. I'm really happy you said that. So, I kind of want to do it like per character the discussions, just so we won't be like mixing it up a bit. So, let's talk about Ue and Mafu first.
Let's do the pairings bit by bit.
Yeah, that exactly. So for me specifically, like personally, I really like their relationship, even though it's your typical puppy love, first love. They're trying their best. They're
Yeah, they're
stumbling.
young,
Yeah.
and one is a virgin. Gonna
Yeah. He wanted to graduate. Don't do that to him. So, Uwe, the thing about Uwe, the reason why he's my favorite character, and not because how he looks, but he he's just a sweet boy
Yeah.
inside.
Wait, just for context, by the way, Brie tends to go for people with dark looks. That's why she mentioned not because of his appearance, because that's what she typically goes for.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Let's
but
be
like,
real.
not because of his voice actor as well.
That's the type.
um, I think ano, if you think about it, Uwe's character trope could be
Mhm.
the tsundere, I hate you types, yung parang
But he's
sobrang
not.
sungit. Yeah,
Yeah.
yung masungit, yung parang hindi niya ma-accept na may feelings siya dito sa
Yeah.
ano, sa person na to. Tapos lagi niyang inaaway yung ano, parang yung ganon. He
Yeah.
has that mean masungit trope, but he's not,
He's not.
He
And
which
he's
is
very
very
sweet.
refreshing.
he breaks the
Yeah,
stereotypes.
exactly.
Yes. And I love it, to be honest.
He's
To
like
be honest,
very
even
whipped.
even Mafu breaks the stereotypes.
Yeah,
Kasi diba, Mafuyu is that character who's like the quiet damsel in distress type who needs
yeah,
saving. But
yeah,
no, he's spicy. He's
yeah.
spicy.
He
He
he's
fights.
he's very straightforward with what he wants, even though he
Yes.
doesn't know how to react to certain things or like how to deal
Yes.
with his emotions. He's very
Yeah.
straightforward
Yeah.
with what
To
he
be
wants.
honest, diba, I'm reading the manga. I don't
Yeah,
remember if this was shown in the anime. I don't remember. Pero yung part na ano, yung wall thing, yung ganon, with
Sabeton.
Hiragi. Yung, yun, yung parang,
Ah,
let's try it. Hindi, it's not in
he
the anime. But
yeah, it's not in the anime. It's in
he
the
didn't,
extras.
yeah, parang Hiragi was like, does this really make your heart flutter? And then Mafu was like, let's try it. And then Hiragi was like, okay, let's try it on that wall. Pero Mafu didn't wait. Like,
Yeah,
because like
he just did that.
Hiragi was laying down. And then Mafu just did the wall thing on the bed with Hiragi there. He's like your flustered reaction. It's very cute. Gumana, gumana si Mafu. And then Hiragi was like, and then Shizu was like very shadowed. Like he's annoyed. Parang, why are they flirting?
He's
What's
jealous.
this fighting? Why is there flirting? Bakit they flirting?
Yeah,
It's
it,
very cute.
it's
He's
very
spicy. That's what I like
refreshing.
about
Yeah,
him.
and
Yeah.
it's not like he's because there are some like those types of characters are very spicy. He still has that blend of like the
Mm.
quiet
Yeah.
doesn't know what
But
to do,
but
but he's
he's
also
bratty.
yeah.
He's
I
very
think
bratty.
I think them breaking that stereotype helped a lot kasi 'di ba ano, their relationship sabi nga ni Brie has a potential to be toxic. But it's not.
Mm,
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
it's because they're not that typical type of character,
Yes.
which
And
mm,
helps.
characterization.
Yeah.
And dun sa toxic, di ba, yung since na bring up naman, I remember yung scene where nagselos si Uwe when
mm,
Mafu was hanging out with Aki a lot.
yeah.
And then, di ba, like, you'd think that's where the toxicity will begin, where
Mm,
Uwe will just run away from his feelings and he's not gonna be
yeah.
open about it. But Mafu's like, if we don't talk about this now, it's gonna be too late.
Mm.
And then
And
he hugged
yeah, and I feel like the reason then kung bakit nangyari yon, or like why Mafu said that, is because it reminded him of the
of
fight he
Yuki. Yeah.
had with Yuki, where they did not resolve everything,
Mm,
and so it ended the way it did.
yeah.
And I feel like even though they didn't show it in the anime and in the manga,
Yeah.
I feel like he was reminded of that.
Yeah, he was definitely reminded of the relationship. What I like
Yeah,
about that is like it's not surprising that Mafu did that since he has like a traumatic experience regarding that.
yeah,
What's surprising was Uwe's reaction to it because he could have just left. He could have been
yeah.
like,
He could have just
"No,
been
I don't want to
stubborn.
talk about this," and
Yeah,
then
but
leaves.
he listened, even though he
Yeah,
didn't know what actually happened.
yeah, and he was like hugging him and reassuring him
Yes.
like, "It's fine,
Yeah.
ganyan, ganyan."
And another thing, this could also have been something that happened
Mm.
given the nature of Mafu's past. But Mafu is not using Uwe to replace Yuki.
Okay, since you brought that up, that's like one of the topics that I
Yeah,
wanted to talk about.
yeah,
What do you think of, because there's a lot of discourse regarding that, because if you think about it, there is a similarity between Uwe and Yuki. Like they're both guitarists, they're both like
in
very
the
loud.
band.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're very confident with their skills, they're um And there was that scene. I'll refer to the anime. There was a scene in the anime where he was singing Fuyu no Hanashi, and Uwe. It was Uwe's back, but when he turned around, it was Yuki.
Mhm.
So I kind of want to see what you guys think about that, like the
That
similarity,
scene,
the
like
comparison,
how,
and what
yeah.
do you think of Mafu's feelings
Yeah.
towards the both guys?
To be honest, for me, I don't think Mafu, again, as I've mentioned, I don't think Mafu was using Uwe as a replacement for Yuki. I feel like it's fair for Mafu to kind of have these comparisons. Because I feel like we do that, all of us do that anyway. Now we
Yep.
just can't help but compare.
Mm.
It What matters is, are you gonna impose your past onto this present person?
Mm.
And Mafu isn't doing that. He's not imposing Yuki on him. Like he's very clear na, like the clock scene, yung nag-sleep over si Mafu with
Mm.
at Uwe's house. He was like, this clock is the same as Yuki's in his
Mm.
house.
Mm.
And he's merely remembering, and he's merely telling Uwe na, I still remember Yuki, and there are still things that remind me of Yuki, but I recognize that you're Uwe. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Na parang, I don't think there has been any um scenes or events in the story where Mafu implied that Uwe is Yuki. Um, dun sa part na yung, di ba, yung tumalikod si Uwe and then atin
Mm-mm.
si Yuki, that was the part where they were singing, right?
Yeah. Fuyun
Yung
Hanashi.
performance.
Yes.
I feel like that's just him having his closure. To be honest, that's what it is for me. It's not him saying na Uwe is my new Yuki. No, he's only saying that I have Uwe now, but I still have Yuki and I need to let go.
Oh my god.
And it's through this song.
You
Parang
know,
ganon.
we're recording our voices so they can't see, but I'm really excited because
Yeah.
that
Yeah, Bree is like cheering with like her fists up. Just yes.
because that is the point that a lot of people can see. That
Yeah.
song is him trying to let go and accept that he has feelings for someone else, that
And that
he's
someone is,
allowed. Yeah,
yeah, he's allowed to love again.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's he has this guilt. He wants to forgive Yuki. He also wants to forgive himself. And there are still he still doesn't have like closure, but
Mm-hmm.
he is allowed, like he's accepted that he's allowed to
Love
acknowledge,
again. Yeah.
yeah, that he
Nah,
can love again and that he
yeah,
has someone.
exactly. Exactly. That's why I will never say na Mafu, the two Mafu, Uwe and Yuki are the same person. Because he doesn't really give off that vibe ever. Na, or like that he wants Uwe to be Yuki.
Mm,
He's not
In
comparing.
fact, yeah.
yeah.
And in fact, Mafu is running away from Yuki. Let's be real here. He's running away from Yuki. So I don't really think that he's comparing Yuki and Uwe in a sense na I want them to be the same, but more like he's comparing them because they just have similarities. That's it.
And
They just
it
have similarities. He sees it, he recognizes it, but at the same time, he also knows that they're different people. Now Yuki is his past.
yeah, and like he can't really help it since he has a traumatic experience.
Exactly.
So
And this
he
is his
still
first
doesn't,
love.
yeah, he doesn't have like the he still he still doesn't have that closure, especially since wait, my cat is do not don't cut yung wire. I'm sorry. um ano yung sinasabi ko? Oh, parang wala kasi siyang closure, especially since they ended with his
The way
last
they
words
did.
being, oh, well,
Yeah.
are you
With
willing to die? So
to die for me. Yeah.
there's that guilt in him that
Yeah. And it's
I
not even just the guilt, it's the fact that they have, like, their whole entire lives they're together. And they
mm-mm.
have a shared past wherein they don't have a dad.
Yeah, and like
Yuki doesn't have a dad. Mafu was abused by his dad.
yeah, and like
Yeah.
Yuki was the one who helped Mafu out of that hole.
Exactly. And
So There's
Yuki was Mafu's first love. Like, Yuki is Mafu's first everything, basically. And they
yeah,
even addressed that in the anime and in the manga. Na
yeah,
parang Yuki is Mafu's first everything. And so
yeah.
he is bound to compare Ue and Yuki in the sense na, yeah, I used to have this before with Yuki, now I'm having this with Ue. Yeah,
Mm,
Yuki had the same mannerisms as Ue, but Ue is Ue.
mm.
Like, it's clear na, yeah,
And
alam mo yun?
they're going on their own pace with their
Yes.
relationship. Like he's not forcing anything.
Yeah.
Like we you should parang he just wants to say I like you, and then
Yeah.
since they're in the relationship, they're like comfortable with each other
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
He's not forcing anything.
Yeah. And yeah, yun nga, yung parang na-bring up nga natin kanina na yung sa performance, yung silhouette, whatever.
Yeah.
That's just Mafu letting go of Yuki. It
Hmm.
just so happens na Ue is there. And Ue is his second chance. And that's okay.
And like
Alam mo
I
yun?
feel like U is one of the reasons why he's able to let go.
Exactly.
Like he
Not,
helped him, not
yeah,
even like unconsciously, like Uwe's not doing anything, but like he
yeah,
helped him. Like
yeah.
um
With just being him. Just
yeah.
Ue being Ue. And like,
Like
yun
face
nga,
his
parang
feelings and stuff.
Ue helped Mafu move on not because Ue is Mafu's new Yuki. It's just that I had this before and it's gone, but there's this new thing that I could have for myself, but I can only have it if I let go this old thing.
Mm.
Parang ganon.
Uwe helped
And that's
Mafu
how,
face his feelings,
yes.
basically.
And that's why Mafu got to move on the way he did.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's not that parang Uwe is Yuki number two. It's not. I don't see that at all.
Gosh.
Like, you said na merong discourse about it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think there should be any discourse. It's pretty clear
Yeah.
from the start. It's pretty clear from the start
It's
na
so frustrating.
this is not a projection of anything.
Mm. I think most
Parang
of the
ganun.
people who say that is because they haven't moved on from Yuki. I've seen a lot of people prefer Yuki than
Mm,
Uwe for Mafu.
mhm.
I've seen a lot of people get mad at Yuki for being
I'm
Mafu's
not
first.
I'm not mad at either of them. That's another thing. I'm not
Yeah,
mad at either of them. I don't prefer either of them
yeah.
because
It's
they're
just that
different.
he's the past and he's
Yeah,
Uwe is not the present.
and Yuki is dead.
Yeah.
And that's just it. He died.
It hurts. Like
It hurts, yeah.
I would have wanted to meet Yuki because like it's not even the typical the past guy who's such a horrible person.
No, Yuki
Yuki's
is
also
good.
sweet, and if you because like in the manga, like in the future chapters, you can actually see him. He pops out more, and you
Hmm.
can see how like jolly he is.
Caring,
He's
yeah.
very sweet.
He's just very outspoken, I think.
Mm.
Unlike Uwe. Uwe is not very outspoken, I would say. Like,
He's
Uwe is an introvert.
emotion. He's emotionally constipated.
Yes. But Yuki is extroverted. Yuki is very outgoing and
Mm.
outspoken. And
He's the total opposite of Mafu.
yes. And he's a good guy. I don't think there was any point in the story where you can say na, yeah, Yuki is 100% toxic. It's just that they were kids. They were middle schoolers, high schoolers, and Yuki did his own thing and Mafu is insecure. It's
Mm.
never anything na Yuki did actively to hurt Mafu. They
Mm-mm.
just ended up hurting each other because they're not communicating,
Yeah,
which is a common mistake in a lot of couples, in a lot of
especially in
relationships,
first relationships.
especially if you're in high school,
Yeah.
if you're a kid.
I kind of understand why some people are like saying na parang replacement si Uwe. Pero
Mm.
naisip ko, you're not paying attention to the story then. If
Yeah,
you think that
like,
way.
yeah, like if you really look between the lines and look at how, like, even without them saying anything, just how Mafu acts and how he looks at Uwe
It's
and
the thing.
how much he values Uwe, you will know that he's not replacing Yuki with Uwe.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Given. What I like about Given, it shows you a lot of like surface wise. It shows you a lot of like these things, but you have to like look deeper, like
Mm-hmm.
remove the surface
Mm-hmm.
tropes, and
Yeah.
you'll see the actual story.
Mm.
Yes. Like
Uh,
it's in the unspoken spaces where you
yeah,
actually see what's
it's
happening.
making you think,
I think
basically.
Yeah,
people are
exactly.
just used to the usual BL na it doesn't need to make you think. Because I turn off
Yeah,
my brain when
Uh,
I read BL.
to
That's
be
the
yeah, me
honest,
too.
I feel like siguro the another reason why I think this way is because this is my first BL.
Yeah,
So
mm,
I don't really have like that usual BL mentality where you sabi nyo nga na you have to turn your mind off
yeah.
in order for you to consume BL. Kasi this is my first BL and it's a really
yeah,
really well done like story.
sure.
That's why I just see it as like a usual story. Parang ganun.
Yeah.
Like a usual story na I usually consume.
That's also one thing that I like about this. It doesn't really like scream, "Oh, it's BL." It's
Yeah, it's
it's just
normal.
yeah, it's just
It's
typical. Like
normal.
it's a romance. It's a
It's a
drama.
love story.
Yeah.
It's
It's a
And
drama.
realistic
there's
as
yeah, it's
Yeah,
well.
it's
realistic. It
realistic.
just so happens na instead of the quote unquote normal trope na it's het, it's not
Mm,
het. That's it.
yeah.
And
And they're not
it's
making a big deal like screaming that
yes.
it's gay.
Na parang there was only one instance where they address no two instances where they addressed the gay. It's
A-
when
Aki
the
and Uwe.
girl the one who has
Oh,
a crush with
the yeah.
Uwe, the girl and the other girl, the best, the friend, were
Mm.
talking about Mafu na, oh yeah, I think there's like speculations about him when we were in middle
Mm-mm.
school. And yung nung na-realize ni Uwe na may feeling siya kay Mafu na,
And he's
he's
talking
like,
to Aki.
am I weird? Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's the only thing na it implied na this is gay. But
And you know,
it's just fleeting. It's quick.
and
It's
you know,
over.
I really love the way that they did that scene with Aki
Yes.
and Uwe. It shows how it's normal. You don't have to
Yeah.
worry about it too
And
much.
like Aki wasn't exactly the most profound when he was giving advice to Uwe, but the way he simply reassured Uwe was very
Mm.
comforting. He was
Yeah.
like, I mean, I have dated guys. Does
Do you
that make
think
me not normal?
like he's very nonchalant about it?
Yeah,
That makes it normal
yeah.
in
Na
his
parang,
eyes.
I mean, you just like guys. That's it. Parang ganon. Na parang,
You just fall
yeah,
in
it's,
love.
yeah, it's something that I wish I had an Aki.
Mm.
Alam mo yun? Like, I wish I
Yeah.
had an Aki na that would tell me na, yeah, it's normal. It's fine.
We all
Then
needed
okay.
an Aku when we're
Alam mo
having
yung,
crisis.
it sounds cold, pero gusto ko yung magkaroon ako ng friend na parang, you're gay? Okay, sure. Yung
Yeah,
gano'n
like
lang.
just
Okay.
nonchalantly accept it.
Yeah. Like,
It's
as I
you
prefer
fell in
that.
love.
Yeah, okay. You're in love. Congratulations.
And it really establishes Aki's like big brother. He's such a big
Yes.
brother. He is such a big
Yes.
brother.
And I feel like it's not even just because Aki dated Uwe's big sister in the past. That's just him
Yeah.
considering yung childhood niya with his parents.
Mm.
Right? Na parang, and like yung sarili niyang romantic troubles. Na
And it's
parang,
funny because Haru, Aki's an only child as well.
mm, yeah,
So
I
like,
feel like I feel like Aki is embodying the type of person he wished he had
yeah,
when he
that's
was
true.
younger. I feel like kaya siya ganun kay Uwe na he's very brotherly. And I love that.
He
That's
is
why
very
Aki best
brotherly.
boy for me.
Yeah,
Even
I
though he
love
did some
Aki.
shit, but like
Yeah,
Aki
yeah. Yeah, I mean that's another
still
thing that
my
he did
favorite.
some shit. Yeah. He's very human. That's another thing.
Mm,
Like
Yeah,
not to humanize, yung assault
ginawa
and
niya.
everything.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, not to humanize that, but like his feelings.
Mm-mm.
It's very human. But the
Mm.
deed, that
That's
specific
another
deed,
that's another
that's
story.
another that's a whole nother thing. It's not part of Aki being human. Alam mo yun?
Yeah.
Mm.
Pero yeah,
Let's talk about that
Aki
in a
is human.
bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like going back to like Yuki and Ue and I can ito ito yung gusto ko ng ano, what do you guys think of Hiragi asking Uwe to, this is a manga spoiler. I
Mm.
need a disclaimer. This is a manga spoiler. Um, what do you guys think of Hiragi asking Uwe to continue, to finish the song that Yuki wrote for
To be
I
honest,
Mafu?
I
okay, see,
personally do not like it. I understand the sentiment, but
Mm,
like eto na yung relationship ni Uwe and Mafu. So
why are you
why
trying to
yeah,
insert the past?
Yuki, yeah.
Yeah,
Naka-move on na si Mafu. Like gets
or at
ko
least he's
big,
moving on.
yeah, he's moving on. And parang why I gets ko naman na friend din niya si Yuki, ganyan. They have a childhood together. But he's stepping a very dangerous line.
mm,
Gets ko yung sentiment niya. I understand it, but it's just not a wise favor to ask someone.
Yeah,
yeah.
Kahit
yeah.
nasabihin natin na Uwe will do everything for Mafu, that's still not a nice favor.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my take on that.
It's iffy. I don't like it either. Kasi parang it's not really explicitly said, but the way it feels, especially if say ako si Uwe
Mm,
and I was asked to continue my partner's ex's work,
mm,
it kind of cements the idea na
Replacement siya.
replacement lang ako and tira-tira lang yung meron ako.
Mm.
yeah.
Alam mo yun? Na this is the original and tira-tira lang ako.
Mm,
Parang that's kind of how it feels like to me. And so, again, yeah, true. I understand the sentiment, but I feel like it would be better if whatever Yuki has written, just that's it. Just respect it.
Mm.
Parang if they really want to release it as a song, release it as is. And give, parang give, sorry, I just need to let
yeah,
this
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Parang release the song incomplete because the story is incomplete. The
Mm.
relationship ended the way it did. And so the song has to end the way it's supposed to end now that it's incomplete. Now that the original writer is dead. Like I feel like that's more respectful to me. Not touching it or changing it or altering it. Just leaving it the way it is.
Pwede din na ano, na i-continue niya. Since siya naman yung vocalist nila ngayon, tapos siya yung nakakita ng
Siya na lang.
relationship ng
Oo.
dalawa.
Oh, siya na, yeah. Exactly. Na parang he's the friend who knew everything. Diba he even said that nung nag-confrontation sila ni Mafu. Na, yeah, I knew everything,
Teka
but I
lang.
didn't do anything.
Ayun, sasabihin si Brie.
Sorry.
Mamaya ka na,
Sorry.
Brie.
Sorry. Ayun nga, parang Hiragi was the one who witnessed everything. So he should just finish it in his perspective. Why drag Uwe into it when he's not even in the story? He's not in that timeline.
I'm gonna answer all your questions. Let me answer your questions.
Okay.
So basically, the reason why Hiragi, this is my understanding of
Yeah.
Hiragi's request. He like in the like out of all of them, Hiragi and Mafu are the guilty ones, diba?
Yes.
Hiragi's guilty of two things. First off, he knows what's happening with the relationship, and he knows that the band is taking up Yuki's time, thus
Mm-hmm.
spiraling into
Affecting
their
the relationship.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he's guilty of that. He didn't do anything,
Mm-mm.
basically. He just
He
let
is a
them.
bystander. He has the
Yeah.
bystander guilt.
So he's guilty about that. Second one is he knows that Yuki is that the reason why he's working really hard and like doesn't have any time for Mafu anymore is because he is writing a song for Mafu. So he knows that. I think it's not explicit, so like don't say that this is what happened. It's not. It's my
Yeah.
understanding. So I
Mm-mm.
think the reason why Hiragi's asking Uwe, he actually mentioned this. I forgot to mention this kanina. He also mentioned that he thinks Uwe is the only one who can finish it. He's not. Parang he can't finish it. Parang ganon. I think what Hiragi's doing. Of course, this is still not like saying that it's not it's not bad for Uwe, but I think what he's doing is he's helping Mafu move on and like accept it. Cause let's be real, even though we say that he's starting to move on, he hasn't. He still doesn't have that closure. So like with this song, I feel like it's gonna come full circle, and that's when Mafu realizes that it's this is the closure that I need. That's why U is the one writing it, because U is like the one like in the present now. I haven't heard the lyrics. I don't know what the song is about. We still haven't fucking listened to the song, but I feel like
The
that's
manga is not done.
yeah, I feel like that's where the story is heading. Like Uwe giving another push to Mafuna. This is okay. This is what Yuki wants to tell you, and I'm telling you now that this is fine. You're okay. You ganyan ganyan. Parang it's comforting to Mafu. And I feel like the reason why Hiraki asked Uwe is because he thinks that Uwe is the only one who can do it since he's done it before. Still doesn't change the fact that it's not
It's
ethical.
iffy.
Yeah, it's still
It's iffy.
iffy, but I feel like the reason why Uwe also accepted it is because he wanted to help Mafu as well. He doesn't know, and with this song, I feel like he's starting to slowly understand Yuki and Mafu's relationship without Mafu telling him about it. I'm still uncomfortable with the sentiment though,
Na.
like everything that's happening, but
Kasi
I do understand where
parang,
it's coming from.
yeah, parang if I were in Uwe's shoes, parang I feel like I'm intruding in something I shouldn't be intruding in.
Mm,
Like the reason Mafu did not tell Uwe what happened yet is probably because Mafu is not ready.
yeah.
And then all of these information is just being thrusted into Uwe's face without Mafu knowing. That's another thing.
Who is very selfless, I swear.
Yeah, yeah. He's
feel
too
like
selfless.
I feel like I would continue the song if I were Uwe, but still I would feel sad knowing all
Yeah,
these
yeah.
information.
That's basically what happened with Uwe. It
Ako,
hurts him, and
yeah.
he's sad about it, but he still wants to do it for Mafu.
Ako, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I would want to do it. I don't
Kalad,
know if I
kalad
would
ka
want
rin
to.
din kasi ako gaya ni Uwe. So,
Yeah,
Honestly
yun
I
din
would
eh.
though,
do things
honestly
like
though, I'd
Uwe.
probably do it as well.
Yeah.
Just because if ikaw kalad ka rin, ako I throw away emotions. So like, okay, sure, fine, let's do this. I want to
Ako, I
help
don't
people.
know. Ako, I don't know what I'm gonna do if I were in Uwe's shoes. I'm not sure. I'd have no idea. But it will definitely make me uncomfortable.
It will be painful for sure.
Yeah.
It's that
No.
thing, right? Because like if you think about it, if your partner, if your current partner broke up with their ex, it's because it's their choice. They broke up with them.
Yeah.
It's done. It's over.
Yeah.
When your partner's ex died suddenly, it's
That's a
it
different thing.
yeah, it's that lingering thought in your head. Like I'm not saying this is what's happening, but there's a lingering, especially if you're an insecure fucker like me. If there's that lingering thought that's like saying if he isn't dead, then they would
It
still be
would still be
together.
them. Yeah.
Yeah,
They didn't break up.
they
Someone
didn't
just
choose.
died.
Yeah, they didn't choose it.
Yeah.
They were just they don't have a choice basically.
Yeah.
So
Napaisip
Yeah.
ako. Because you guys know, I don't know if we can include this, but you guys
Yeah.
know that my first love isn't.
Confidential.
yeah,
So yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Actually, kanina ko pa nasa isip yan.
Kaya tahimik
Habang nag-
ako kasi
Yeah.
it's
Habang
hitting
pinag-uusapan
something.
natin doon. Yeah.
And,
Yeah. She has been on my mind ever
Yeah.
since we started talking about this particular topic.
Yeah.
She has been on
I've
my
been
mind. I'm just
very
waiting for
vocal.
you to
I've
bring
been
it up.
very vocal with my ex about my first love, and
Yeah.
I don't know how he felt because he never told me anything. He's just
As
like, okay.
he, as usual, he doesn't say
Yeah,
anything.
he doesn't say anything. That's why we broke up because he doesn't say anything. But yeah, ganun ako, na vocal ako about my past with him. It might have made him feel uncomfortable and insecure. But
Yeah.
honestly, he didn't say anything, so how would I know?
Yeah, that's true.
Say something.
Yeah.
So
And
ayan.
I feel like the reason kung bakit indecisive ako, or like I'm unsure on what I will do kasi I've never experienced it.
Mm.
Mm.
I don't have a dead ex. I mean, my ex is dead to me, but just, just kidding.
Sure.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. We're
Yeah.
friends. We're friends.
We're Genshin
I'm
friends.
fr- I'm friends with my ex.
We're
It's a
Genshin friends.
joke. Yes, we're Genshin friends.
I still follow them on Instagram and Twitter. So, oh no, my old Twitter, but I still follow them on Instagram.
Oh my god. But yeah, I've never experienced it. To be honest,
Mm.
I've never even experienced anyone who died. Like someone
Yeah.
close to me. Obviously, I've had people die around me, but
Yeah.
it's never someone close to me,
Mm.
Yeah.
basically. So I don't know how it feels like. I mean,
That's
I've only ever had a close call, but that's it.
mm,
Mm.
It's never, but and like that's a completely different type of guilt.
Yeah.
Yung close call. It's a
Yeah.
completely different kind of guilt and a different type of pain.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's only an almost died, but never an actual like death.
Yeah.
So I don't know
kaya gets
how
ko
like what
bakit
I'm gonna
hindi
do.
nagsasalita si Mafu. Because it's hard to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah,
hard to open
yeah,
up about that.
It's
yeah.
not good. It's really hard if you don't have closure, especially. It's like
Mm.
just suddenly gone.
Like all of a sudden, like they're just gone. And then
Yeah.
Mafu was the one who found him.
Yeah.
That's
Isa
another
pa
thing.
yun.
Mafu was
He
the one who
and
found him.
it's not even like he's just dead. He saw him hanging.
Yeah,
So
and
it's
that's like
very
so much more
traumatic.
brutal. That's so much more brutal. Oh my god.
it,
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yuki died. He drank a lot. He was
yeah,
drinking a lot and then he committed
yeah, yeah. I mean,
like
it was in like the shots
yeah.
that they showed. Yeah.
Tourist spots.
Okay, speaking of given, so for our first segment, we have another tourist spot, and I will be recommending Sentimental, who is the band that created all the songs in Given. By the way, they just announced Given another Given movie, and Sentimental is back for that as well. So I can't wait for the new songs that will be popping up. So Sentimental is really good. They have really beautiful songs. It's making you feel stuff. So when I want to feel something, I listen to Sentimental. I discovered them because of Given, but I started just loving them. They're basically climbing up my top favorite bands of all time. That's how good they are. If I want to recommend songs, obviously I'm gonna recommend every single song in Given. Another anime song that they did was for Bakuten. It's a backflip gymnastics anime thing. It's called Seishun no Enbu. That is their opening song for that. But if it's just like a song, a separate song, I recommend. This is a very long Japanese name, so bear with me.
Take
I
note, Brie was practicing earlier before we recorded. She repeated the name again and
She
again and again and
was
again and again.
cursing people that can pronounce this.
okay. It's a long one. And they this was in 2020 last year. So it was 2022. It's a 2022 song. It's called Hikari no nakakaratsu tai koto. Ah, I did it.
Nox,
I love the
congrats!
round of applause for herself.
That's that's the song. I really love this song. When they released this song, I immediately had it on repeat. And until now, it's been a year. I still have it on repeat. It's a really good song. Another one that I'd recommend is Hoshino Aida. This was released 2020, and I feel like this is my most top favorite sentimental song. Besides, obviously, their songs in Given, and most especially Bokura Dake no Shudaika. Um, I think Hoshino Aida just like tops everything. I really recommend Sentimental. It's fine if you guys discovered them through this podcast or discover them through Given. They are really good. Their live shows as well are really good. I've seen videos that they uploaded for Given because they did a Given live concert once with Shogo, the seiyu for Mafuyu, and it was really good. I wanted to cry. I will see them perform. If I ever go to Japan, the first thing that I will look at is if they have a tour during those times. I will see them live. And
Why does it sound like a threat?
it is a threat. I will see you live.
She's threatening herself.
Yes. They're really good. I really love their songs. So I can't say anything more, but I love their songs. So go listen to them. I feel like the Spotify, like the playing Spotify thing, the minutes thing. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. I feel like the majority of those minutes were just by me because I have them on repeat
Rap
You
whenever
know
God.
I'm
that
sleeping.
meme, ano yun? Like this artist has 100 million fans and I'm all of them.
Yeah,
If yeah, if they have one fan, it's just me. If they have no fans, I'm dead.
that is exactly what I do. So listen to Satyam Elemental. Back to Given. Woo!
Tourist spots.
Like, since we've talked about Hiragi, I want to talk about their friendship, specifically the four of them. Like,
Yeah.
what do you guys? Oh, ito na. I'll bring it up na lang para ano. Ito yung moment sa manga. Like, they they were talking about Yuki and stuff. There was this panel. I don't remember when this happened,
Hmm.
pero Shizu kind of said Yuki was their center, and when Yuki was gone, they were like they didn't know what to do because they had him as their center. It kind of like when I read that, it kind of reminded me of our friendship as well with
Hmm.
Mafia.
yeah Mafi. Technically speaking, Mafi is kind of like our center.
Yuki.
She was the one who
Mm-mm.
brought us all together in a
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
And there was like we revolved around her, but at the same time we did have a life without her.
Mm.
Yeah.
And at
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
time, she doesn't have that much friends, so she also just revolved around us as well.
Yeah.
Although she did like start gaming and stuff, and
Mm-mm.
she started having friends there, but like that just reminded me of the time, like, and especially when she like tried, like we were all very lost
Yeah.
during that time.
Yeah.
That just reminded me when they were talking about Yuki. Yeah, like yung gusto ko talaga i-bring up ever since
Yeah.
the anime. Reason why
Yeah.
I
It,
wanted
it
to watch Given as well.
it
It
makes sense. Yeah, it makes
yeah.
sense.
It
Yeah.
it really reminded me of that, yung tropa natin. And it
And to
kind
be
of like
honest,
yeah.
like I have very minimal interaction with her
Yeah.
personally kasi 'di ba kami kasi ni Lippy yung pinakahuling sumali
Mm.
sa tropa. And I have like the least um or like I'm one of those people who have like very few interactions with her.
Mm.
Pero the interactions I did have with her were significant.
Mm.
And so when those events happened, when
Mm.
the attempts
Yeah.
happened, I was also very lost in a way na parang, how do I explain this? Na parang, it's true that she's the one who brought all of us together, and that we did, in kind of a little bit of a selfish way, we did revolve around her world.
Mm.
Kind of like we kind of function according to her world.
Mm.
I mean, the
Yeah.
the listeners are not gonna have any context, but we know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about, diba?
Yeah.
Na parang there are certain things in her life wherein we just kind of followed along
Yeah.
with, like, with her whims and everything. And so when there was this one time where she disappeared
Yeah.
and we didn't know at all, we were clueless at all on what
Mm.
happened. I can tell na all of us were like at our breaking point
Mm.
kasi we lost this one person.
Yeah.
Alam mo yun?
We don't know
And
what to do.
another thing is, with me, I share a birthday with her.
Yeah.
I share a birth date with her. We were born on the same day, just hours apart. And
Yeah.
that's another thing that kind of hit me then. Kaya ako nag-dissociate. Hindi ko alam kung nabanggit ko to sa'yo, Brie.
Mm. You did.
But Kay knows. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
You.
dissociated a lot. As in, it was a 3 day long dissociation. It was very weird. It's a very weird experience. Kasi parang, a part of the guilt there, kasi diba yung, since we're talking about like Yuki, when Yuki died,
Yeah.
their friend group had some sort of guilt
Yeah.
on, like, about his death. My guilt was, I'm gonna grow older and she's gonna be stuck at that age.
Mm.
And we were born on the same day. Diba? Parang yun yung thing namin sa tropa, na we were the twins, kumbaga.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep growing and she's not. Parang that's
Mm.
another thing na parang it made me feel lost in a way. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It just reminded me of that because I felt
And
what they're
like
feeling as well.
like we didn't exactly talk about it.
Mm.
Alam mo yun? Na it
Yeah.
just happened, but we didn't really.
And that's what they did as well. They just like
Yeah, they just avoided it.
yeah,
They just
they
didn't talk about it.
separated. It's just so funny.
Na it's mirroring our lives.
Yeah, that's why when I was reading it, I was like feeling lost as well. I was like, oh, this is bringing back a lot of like
Yeah.
memories I
The
don't wanna
only I
uncover.
feel like I feel like we did have a glimpse of what it's like to have a dead friend because she disappeared
Yeah,
and we were unsure of whether or not
and
she's alive.
it's like, and it's as well like Kay and I were in charge, quote
Mm.
Yeah.
unquote, in charge of like
Yeah.
going in and check.
Yeah, I remember like diba, she had multiple
Yeah,
stuff, ganun. And kayong dalawa ni Kay yung
lagi pumupunta.
tumatakbo sa
Yeah,
rescue.
I don't have money, but
Yeah,
I, s-
me
my,
too.
I had to keep my voice low because my brother is in
Yeah.
the next room. I actually
Yeah.
take money from my brother's wallet just to go to Mafi's house.
Oh.
Because I don't
Dude.
have, I'm a broke college kid.
Eh, lahat ng savings ko noon, yun yung inuubos ko sa sa pagpunta doon. And she lives like far away as well. So
And the
like,
thing is, kayong dalawa yung pinakamalapit sa kanya.
Mm-mm.
That's
yeah,
the thing.
sobrang nun. Kaya, and like one of my fear was we will be the ones to discover her if ever.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
I thought about that. I'm like, what is it gonna be if it just so happens that it was pushed through and it
yeah,
happened?
yeah.
Like, what if you guys discovered her, or even like you witnessed the act itself?
Yeah, I during that time when we were like waiting, we were in the parking
Hindi na kami
garage.
pinapapasok. It was late at night. It was
Yeah, I
Weird.
remember. Nag-update, nag-update kayo dun sa GCA.
And we were talking casually, pero during that time my head was like, am I ready? Am I ready for this? Am I ready to witness? Like
To have another trauma.
like personally
And
speaking, I think we can say this. Like all three of us have had thoughts about it. Like
yes.
if I witness this, will this also push me to the
Or
edge as
is it
well?
gonna change my mind? Like, how is this gonna affect?
Like,
Parang
am
ganon.
I ready for this? That's that kept circling my head, but I don't want to like say it out loud. I can say it now because I
Yeah.
feel like we're all in a good we're we're not
We're
in a
we're
good
in a
place.
better headspace.
Yeah. But like during the time, I swear I was like, shit, can I am I ready for it? And then Kay and I were like just talking casually, and I'm like, yeah, yeah. We were just
But
talking about the most
like
random things.
deep inside you're like low key panicking, kind of.
Yeah. Like,
I do not remember what was happening. I do not remember what we were talking about. I just
I don't remember
remember I
either.
keep looking at the floor of her
Yeah,
apartment.
we kept trying to say, is that yeah, that's the window, ganyan ganyan. So we were like we kept checking on it
Yeah.
as well.
Which is
It's
honestly like it's a scary thing. Like I wasn't there kasi iba kayong
yeah.
dalawa lang namin nandun.
I
But
was in
like
my
just thinking about it.
pajamas.
But like just thinking about it is scary.
Mm.
I
Kasi yeah, parang seeing it is different from just hearing about it.
yeah,
Alam mo yun?
that's true. I kind of want to move on from the topic. It's uncovering a lot of memory, but ayun nga, I just wanted to point it out, and I'm glad na you guys kind of like see where I'm going
Yeah.
with that as well.
Yeah.
Before we move to Akiharu, there's one thing that I want to point out with Uwe Mafu.
Mhm.
It's the scene where Uwe was like, will you let ano yun? Will you let me change your strings?"
Mm.
And then they
Mhm.
kind of like compared it to a heart. Like strings, if you pull it too tightly, it's gonna break. Same as a
Yeah.
heart, parang ganun.
Yeah.
Tapos Uwes just like asking, can you let me help you? Parang ganun. It's just cute. It's a cute.
And to be honest, parang that could also be simple. Like you could consider this foreshadowing. Like yung first meeting nila, diba?
Mm. Oh
Uwe
yeah,
replaced Mafu's strings and it's Yuki's guitar.
yeah,
It's like Uwe is mending the Yuki hole in Matthew,
yeah.
the Yuki shaped hole in Matthew.
Mm.
In Matthew, parang and then Matthew immediately had an attachment with Uwe, and he's like, "Teach me how to play guitar." Parang I feel like that could be like a symbolic thing in a
Mm.
way with like the string thing. Na
Teach me how to
Uwe,
move on. Ah.
yeah, teach me how to move on. Teach me how to heal. Parang
Teach me
ganon.
how to to face my
But
feelings. Ganun.
he's not throwing away Yuki because he still has the guitar.
Yeah.
He is
Yung ano
moving
pa,
on.
yung sentiment pa, pero hindi naman to implied sa anime.
Yeah.
Yung kailangan palitan lahat ng string.
Hindi ka pwedeng mag-iwan ng isang string.
Mm-mm.
Like you have to change everything. So parang Mafu still has Yuki,
Mm.
but he also has parts of Uwe that Uwe has given him willingly, which is the strings
And credit given.
and credit.
Tourist Bus.
Hi, welcome back to another tourist spot segment with Lila. This time I'm gonna be recommending Honey Water. So it's a short-lived band. I'm really sad. Now, when I discovered them, I also discovered that they don't make music anymore. Ganyan din yung story ko sa third story. Ganyan din yung story ko sa the Civil Wars. I am very unfortunate when I'm discovering new artists. They're always on the verge of disbanding or have already disbanded.
Wait, so you're making everybody suffer then?
Yes, suffer
Yes.
with me. That's exactly what I want.
We're all
Cry
going
with
down.
me. Exactly. If I'm going down, I'm taking everybody else with me, okay? So, Honey Water. Just a fun fact. One of the singers in this duo is Amanda Stenberg. She played Rue from the Hunger Games, and she's the lead character in The Darkest Hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
So,
she's in the band?
yeah. I mean, she barely sings, but she has a very, very nice voice. Yung lead singer nung duo is Xander Holly. It's the guy. He also has a very, very nice voice. But yes, when I discovered that, I was like, I really like the girl's voice. And then I searched for her name and I saw Amanda Stenberg and I'm like, oh my god, it's her. So
Oh
yes,
wow, I didn't know she sings.
yeah. I looked at her Spotify profile. She barely has anything. And honestly, I prefer what she did to Honey Water. Just, just my personal taste. But yeah, she has other songs in her Spotify profile. But anyway, recommendations. So I have two that I want to recommend people. And again, I am taking everybody with me to hell because they don't make music anymore. First one is Old Eden. I'm gonna say that the second half of this whole song is my favorite part. I don't know, I just like how they broke it down and I like the lyrics. But yeah, listen to it when you want the one who left you to come back to you. Yes. I listen to this when I want Honey Water to come back, but unfortunately, they're not gonna come back. So yeah. Second, second song that I want to recommend is called Wonder. This this is just my interpretation for both songs. Okay, so it's not factual. You know, art is subjective. In my perspective, this song talks about the afterlife and how good it will be, and like that's when you're gonna see your lover that's passed away first before you did. So yes, I really really like this song as well. Listen to those songs and cry with me because they're never coming back. I am very unfortunate when I discover new artists. So that's it.
Tourist Pause.
Sige, move on na tayo sa ano, ay masakit din pala 'to, si Akiharu.
Yeah.
Um,
Ayan, madami akong notes sa Akiharu kasi they're
meron
my
akong
favorite.
may gusto pinoint-out ko 'to nung nanonood tayo, pero it's really interesting to see how when Aki and Ugetsu were having so much troubles in their relationship, they were just letting it be. They're letting it sour. They're just letting it fester. But he did one mistake. Obviously, it's a big mistake, the assault and shit. But he did one mistake with Haru, and he quickly like, I need to,
He quickly made amends.
yeah,
He immediately
I need
tried to
to,
fix everything.
I need to get my shit together, my life,
Yeah.
and like do
Yeah.
everything I can for Haru. Parang ganon. It's really interesting to see, and you can see
Yeah.
how different he is with Haru and Ugetsu. Not that we're erasing Ugetsu because he did make an impact with it's kind of like I Kay pointed this out how interesting it is that Fuyu no Hanashi their first line was Mada yeah. So they're like not yet. So like it's symbolizing something with Mafu with Ugetsu, with Akiharu, arc in the movie, the first line mo, I forgot the first line. Like, matayo na sa utak ko eh. Pero yung first line was like, I can't let you go or something. Parang ganon. Or, parang I can't go back anymore. Parang ganon. It's kind of like saying na, ito na, I need to move forward. I can't keep on coming back
Looking
to
back.
Ugetsu. Oo.
Yeah.
I need to like face forward and face
Yeah.
Haru. Dito na ako magwo-walk towards. I need to stop walking backwards. Parang ganon. It's
Yeah.
really nice to see like the first lines being very impactful sa
Mm.
kung ano mang arc yung meron ngayon.
No, to be honest, Aki's lines, like his monologues are just, oh, it
Amazing.
bites. Di ba yung
Yeah.
I noted one.
Yeah.
Falling in love with someone means you have to expose the softest, most fragile parts of yourself to them. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Aki's really good with
Yeah.
Words.
yeah,
Yeah.
he is. That's why he's a playboy. I'm kidding. Wait lang. I kind of want to point out something with the songs pa.
Mhm.
It's really nice to see that the ano yung kanta? The Dawn Before Break ata yung title nun.
Mhm.
Yoru Aka something something. Um The Dawn Before Night, whatever. Anyways, yung song, it
Yeah.
it's actually really interesting that Mafu is singing it with like his love story in mind, but he's inspired with other people's story as well. And
Mm,
it fits their story, but also fits the other person's story.
yeah,
Parang you can see the parallelism between the
yeah,
relationships then.
yeah,
But it's a different type lang ng
yeah. This
Mhm.
is the second song, right?
yes.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
may 'di ba, si Aki and Ugetsu, it's like a karmic relationship where
mm.
they needed to go through that to grow as a person.
Mm.
Note ko dito, napakahugot. Natawa ako na, nabasa ko siya ulit. Sabi ko, minsan talaga hindi tayo makakapagbago sa isang tao, na we're just lessons to them so that they can become a better person for another person.
Ay.
Oh, grabe siya.
Ay.
Kasi napaisip ako sa relasyon ko.
May
Sabi
disclaimer pala ako. Mali yung ano, yung song na sinasabi ko pala is yung theme song ng movie.
Mm.
okay.
Hindi yung ano actual song.
Hindi yung
Um
second song.
yung ano, yung line, yung first line. Pero
Yeah,
yung kanta ni Mafu, it
yeah,
does symbolize his relationship and the ano.
yeah.
I also wanted to point one thing pala. Their place, Ugetsu and Aki's place doesn't have sunlight. They're living in the basement, so they don't have
Oh yeah,
sunlight.
I know what you're gonna talk
It's
about.
it's soundproof. So there's no noise coming out, there's no noise coming in, there's no light coming in. But when he was with Haru, that was the first time he sees the fireworks.
Mm.
And then there's like the
Yeah,
window is open, the balcony is there. He's seeing the light. But it really shows the difference between the relationship and the
like
symbolism.
Ugetsu was suffocating.
Mm.
Yeah.
Haru is freeing. Yun yung
Yes.
iniisip ko, like, even when we were watching the anime, sabi niya, it's a basement, like, there's barely any light, it's halfway under the ground. I'm like, this is fucking suffocating. I cannot live, I cannot live here at all. Tapos, di ba yung sinabi mo nga na it's soundproof, di ba?
Yeah.
No sound comes in, no sound comes out. Na parang, it kind of shows na their relationship is their dirty little secret.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's just them who knows. No one else knows. No one else can be let in. It's just them.
Mm.
Parang ganun.
It's kind of like the relationship between Aki and Ugetsu kasi like when they met they have like this admiration with their music, like
Mhm.
both of them had
Mhm.
mutual admiration to their music, but then it became jealousy. It turned to jealousy until it turned to resentment, which broke their relationship. But they can't. They're. I wrote
I
it down.
think it's more envy than jealousy.
They're yeah. They're
Yeah.
envy. They're very comfortable with their setup, and That's why they're letting themselves suffocate in the toxicity instead of like trying to mend it. Even when Ugetsu tried to break up with Aki, because knowing like he knows na it's not good for both of them anymore. It's ruining both of their music because of that, because of the like lingering
Yeah, he
feelings inside.
adjusted. He adjusted na parang my music isn't free
Yeah.
because of Ugetsu.
So
Parang
he
ganun.
tried to like break it up, but they still can't seem to like remove that attachment to each other because they're very comfortable with one another. That's the thing. That's why they just let themselves suffocate in their toxicity without trying to address it. And also, it's funny to note that Aki, excuse me, Ugetsu was like he keeps bringing people at home, and whenever this happens, or like when he calls Aki and he's like, "Oh, I'll be with my boyfriend," ganyan, ganyan. Whenever this happens, Aki tries to find someone to sleep with all the time. That's why he sleeps with a lot of people. So like they're trying to. Ugetsu pointed this out. He's trying to like make Aki do the choice. He doesn't want to do it himself. He wants Aki to do it, and Aki, on the other hand, he doesn't want to do it as well.
And
So none of them.
the way he's perceiving it is Ugetsu is throwing him away like trash.
Yeah,
When in reality, Ugetsu just doesn't wanna be the one to break it off.
yeah, because like
He wants Aki to do it.
he did that like the first time, and it didn't
Yeah.
work out. So he wants Aki to do it,
To let go, yeah.
and like I forgot what I was I say. I was gonna say something. I forgot what it was. But ayun nga, parang they don't want to do the first step. They're scared of doing the first step of doing but Haru was the one who like showed Aki, like even unconsciously without knowing it, he showed Aki that it's you should. And that's why Mafu in his song he was like, you can do it, it's gonna be fine, you can take that first step. And that's when both of them realized that it's done, we need to break this off na
May
ganun.
gusto akong i-bring up. Ano, 'di ba, nung during the whole Aki Ugetsu thing na um yung music nila, it's not parang it doesn't feel free. Chuba
Yeah.
chuba ganon. Um Nagkaroon din si Haru ng moment na he's questioning his music career. That's why he's like trying to like be a support for other bands.
Mm.
And the thing that nakita ko doon sa part na yun na parang may potential na maging parehas to sa relationship ni Aki and Ugetsu. Pero ang nagkaiba lang is Haru had boundaries. He set up that boundary with Aki na
Yeah.
kailangan kong gawin to. Let me do it. Please leave me.
Mm-mm.
So, which is something that Ugetsu didn't do.
Yeah. And yun yung parang change kay Aki.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Na he's so familiar with the lack of boundaries with Ugetsu that the moment Haru stepped his foot down, he's like, "Whoa,
Oh, you can do
yeah,
that.
I made a mistake."
Yeah.
Like, "Oh yeah, you can do that," and I'm an asshole. I can
Mm.
see now I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
Speaking of boundaries, when Aki is upset with Ugetsu, he just initiates sex, and he
Oh
tried
yeah.
doing the same thing with Haru,
Oh
but Haru
yeah.
was saying no because
Yeah.
Haru has boundaries.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And Haru, he's like he didn't push him away, but he did say no, stop this. What is wrong? You need to talk to me.
yeah.
You
And
need
then
to talk.
when he offered that conversation, Aki turned him down.
Yeah.
That's why Haru got mad. Na
Yeah.
parang, ito na yung ino-offer ko. I am willing to be a punching bag. But even that got rejected. So
Parang
what else can I give?
Haru is like showing him the better approach of you need to talk about this instead of
Yeah.
just like doing
And
sex
like,
all the
yun nga,
time.
yun parang Haru was even willing to get hurt.
Yeah.
He even mentioned that like I'm willing to have this conversation. I'm willing to address this and get hurt and everything. But
Yeah.
even that got rejected. I made an effort to reach out and even that got rejected. That's why
Yeah.
he got angry.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's when like Aki like started to get better with his life and shit. I feel like
Mhm.
they've gotten better with the communication as well in like the
Yeah.
future chapters.
Yeah.
Speaking of Haru though, Haru is he's also such a best boy. he's
Yeah. I
he's a
agree.
he's a really good support. I think yeah. He's a good support for all of them. He holds them together, basically. If Aki's the one who's like the big brother, here's an advice, I'll help you with all of that. Haru is just like keeping them together, keeping them
He's the
grounded.
mentor. He's the
Yeah.
mentor.
Yeah.
Blonde bass players. Best boys.
Very fitting as a bass player as well. I think we mentioned that with Kaon, like
Mm-mm.
how Niyo,
They're
Mio,
Mio.
yeah.
yeah, yung parang their personality suit their instruments. It's the same with Haru as well. It suits him as being a bass. And it's always the average. I wrote that. It's always the average guys who thinks they're not good enough with the prodigy, like comparing with the prodigies. But Aki's um sentence or like conversation there is like really interesting and important as well because like these prodigies, okay, they're good, they're talented, prodigy, blah, 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 blah. But like that's just it. They're talented. They're good and they're good to be on stage. They're good. How do I say this? Parang
Alone
yeah, they're
on their
good.
own.
Like
They stand out.
explosion, yeah. Pero without the support, it's not
Without the
gonna.
glue, it's not
Yeah.
gonna be cohesive.
Yeah, exactly. It's not gonna work without someone keeping them together. That's why he's there. He's good at keeping the band together. Parang ganon.
Yeah.
So ayun, Aki really just has the best lines.
Yeah,
Honestly,
he does.
he does, isn't he?
Like he's written well and his lines are written well as well.
Mm.
He just has good lines, to be
I
honest.
do understand why people don't like him because of what he did, but
Yeah,
like
I
as
get it.
mentioned kanina, it's the story is like a lot of the surface level is like this is it, this is shit, this is like you would understand why people would think that way in a surface level, but if you like dig
Yes.
deeper
And like
inside
really
the
read
story,
between the lines
yeah,
and just and pay attention to the
yeah,
silent spaces,
it's
you'll
not
get more of the story.
information. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
apologizing for what he did. He
Yeah.
did what he did is shit. Like we can all admit
Yeah.
that he
Yeah.
that was
It's not
shit.
cool.
Yeah,
Like to be honest, if I was Haru and that happened to me, and like
yeah,
if I have an Aki do
yeah,
that to me, I will just cut him off. Band
yeah,
member
Same.
or not.
yeah.
I
Me
will quit
too.
the band.
Me too. Me too. But
Yeah.
like you will understand in a way why
Because humans
Aki
are
went.
complex. Like
Yeah,
that certain act that Aki did is unforgivable to me,
yeah,
but at the same time, I don't think he did it out of malice.
yeah.
Mm.
You understand why he's done that because that's how
Yeah.
he does it with the
But again, this is not to be an apologist.
yeah.
We don't like what he did.
Yeah. I still can't watch that scene.
Yeah.
I think
It's
you
a
guys
hard
it's
scene to watch.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I forgot that it was actually much
Yeah.
more explicit than
When
I thought.
when I reached that point sa manga, I was actually really uncomfortable. I just read it
Yeah.
quickly. Like
Yeah.
I just skimmed through it just to get
Me
through
too.
it
Me
because
too.
it is a really uncomfortable scene.
Mm.
So yeah, like although we do understand why that happened or like at least why Aki did that,
Mm.
it's not excusable.
Yeah.
I think we should make that clear. It's
I
not
remember when I
excusable.
first watched the movie, I wasn't watching that scene. I was like, "Oh, it's here. It's that it's this scene. I don't want to watch it." So I was just like listening to it, read
Yeah.
a few subtitles, but I wasn't really watching the whole scene.
Yeah.
Wait,
So
before
yeah,
the metaphor, before the
yeah.
symbolisms, yung scene na, yung closure ni Aki and ni Ugetsu. Sabi
Mm.
nga,
Yeah.
Mhm.
um, tawag, sabi niya ba, could you let go? Tapos nilet go nga ni Aki. Medyo nasaktan ako doon. Kahit na ayaw ko na relationship nila. Why'd you
It
let go?
hurts, right? I was
Oh
crying.
my
I was
god.
like, I can't do this again and again and again.
Tapos meron pa
Oh my
yung
god.
ikanaide.
Though I'm not
tumataas.
gonna lie.
Ano,
Sige, ikaw din muna. Sige, sige, sorry, sorry.
tumataas yung word, yung phrase na ikanaide sa
What's
list
that?
ko ng don't go,
Don't
please don't
go.
go.
Ah, oh shit.
So, ano na siya, second place na siya sa Tadaima, okay.
Yung Don't Go, naalala ko yung ano, yung scene where parang pinuntahan ni Aki si Ugetsu for the last time to get his things kasi he's gonna leave permanently. And he waited for Haru. And then when they're in, Haru was like, oh no, my lighter's dead. I need to get another one from the convenience
Oh,
store. And then Aki was like, don't go. Please don't leave now.
Speaking of that scene where Aki is leaving Ugetsu's place, sabi nga, I want to
Yeah.
leave here and play a different music. Sabi ko,
Yeah.
sa isip ko, it's a softer way of saying, I'm leaving you because I found someone that
Makes me
be
happier.
better. Yeah.
Yeah, or like would make me more fulfilled. Kasi nga, di ba
and
sabi niya, nawala yung passion niya for music when he was
yeah,
still with Gets. And
and
then now with Haru, he's having fun again. Oh my
and
gosh.
like Ugetsu realized that when they were playing, it was like, oh, it's this guy.
Yeah, siya yung ano, nagpabuhay ng passion ulit ni
They're the
Aki.
rhythm section as well. Amen.
Oh,
Oh, speaking of rhythm, sorry, sige, let's talk about songs first. Sentimental So good. I
Yung
swear
sabi
to
ko,
God.
ano tawag ko sa mili, mili, mili.
Mili mili mili. It's
Senti
really
pero konti lang.
it's really nice that parang they captured the essence of Given.
Mm,
Honestly,
yeah.
the songs that they wrote, all of the songs that they wrote.
They wrote the songs for Given, right?
Yes.
It's not like they created the songs and then the mangaka liked it
No.
and they're like, no, I'm
They
gonna.
they created all the
It's
songs. Yeah.
for
Even the
Given talaga.
session, the season session,
Yeah.
they gave it.
Uh,
They made it for Given. So all of
okay.
those are created for Given. That's why all
Okay.
the lyrics are it it, it embodies Given
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
basically. It's really good, you guys. Legit favorite songs ko talaga yung yung songs nila.
Yeah.
It's bihira lang na, as in, on repeat siya. Tapos, parang whenever I listen to the songs, it reminds me of the emotions that you know,
Yeah.
naka-PC background yung Given sa akin ngayon. Like, after we watch it, I'm like, I need Given again. So, ginawa ko siyang PC background. Pero, ayun. I also like the background songs. I don't know if you guys noticed it. And, like, in certain scenes, I don't have a specific scene in mind, but, like, in certain scenes, I really like the background songs that they have for those scenes. I feel
Yeah.
like whoever
Basically,
directed
the
who
music score and the
yeah
whole anime
whoever
is just so
whoever is
good.
the sound director for Given did an amazing job for
Mm-hmm.
sure. They chose the best band, they chose the
Yes.
best background
Yes.
songs. I feel like
It's just perfect.
it really helps create Given
And I
basically.
like how it's just one band creating the songs. Kasi it's
Yeah.
so cohesive. Kasi diba, if you remember Twilight, diba,
Oh
it's
yeah.
multiple bands, multiple
Mm,
artists creating songs for Twilight. So
mm,
it's not as cohesive,
mm.
I
in my
think I
opinion.
think it's very common for like Japanese anime to do that because your name is
Mm,
like that. Weathering with You, which is in the same
mm.
Mm.
world, is also
Wait,
Radwim.
Hi, this is Editor Bree telling you that we talk too much about a certain topic that is not at all related to Given, but the cutting is too awkward since we do overlap a lot. So here I am now. I hope you're enjoying your stay, and let us now move on to the next topic. Oh
The
yeah, the
songs.
symbolisms.
yeah.
We're done with the songs. It's
Okay.
fine. I think we've established that I love the songs. um, Kaya before, even when we weren't watching Given, I was already recommending the soundtrack to you guys. That's how much
Mm.
I love it. Like, you don't have to watch the show. Just listen to the songs. It's really good. And this is also for the viewers who doesn't want to watch Given. Just listen to the songs. It's really good.
It's really good, yeah.
It's
I
on
agree.
Spotify. It's on Spotify under Given. Also Sentimental. Amen. They also just released a new song, by the way.
Sinend ko sa sa sarili ko yung ano, 'di ba you linked the
Yeah.
songs on Spotify. Sinend ko siya sa sarili kong chat sa
Yeah.
iMessage, 'di ba you can
Yeah.
send yourself messages. I sent it to myself so I can keep it there.
It's really good. They also
I
released
already
a new
follow
song.
them on Spotify. What are you talking
Amen.
about?
Amen. Oh yeah, so yun nga symbolisms. Just wanted to point out the name symbolisms.
Yeah.
That's also the reason why they have the band name. Like before Mafu, just the three of them, their name was the Seasons
Season.
because
Yeah.
they all have seasons in their name.
Yeah.
So Aki is fall, Haru is spring, Ue is winter, and summer, and Mafu is winter. It's also coinciding the color symbolism where Ue's color is blue, which is kind of like a not a sad color, but
It's a
like
summer color. Blue is a
it no
summer color.
is it really?
Yeah, it's a summer color. Blue is a summer
Yeah.
color.
Oh,
Blue
I
is
thought
summer color.
I see blue as like a very like not very sad, but like it's it's not a gloomy color. It's just that
It's somber.
yeah. And then, but he is summer, while Mafu's
Mm.
color is orange, which is a happy
Oh,
color,
yeah,
but
that's
he
true.
is winter.
Yeah.
So it kind of shows like their
My
tropes na
exchange.
parang Uwe, he's supposed to be the gloomy, masungit character,
Yeah,
but he's actually like really soft inside and stuff. And
yeah,
Mafu
and
is
very
supposed to be,
warm. He's
yeah,
very warm.
he is very warm. And
Yeah,
Mafu's like he's supposed to be like
jolly
the
looking one.
yeah, but he's actually really cold inside, parang ganon.
Yeah,
So it just shows. And then
my juxtaposition. Yun, that's the
yeah,
term. My juxtaposition.
amen.
Yeah,
Ayun.
yeah.
Tapos yung ano pa, yung that saying where you can't have snow without winter, but you can
Mm-hmm.
have winter without snow. It's just
Mm-hmm.
showing the dynamics with Yuki and Mafu, because like Yuki's dead, but
It's dead.
he like he can't be without Mafu because like they were together before he died, but like Mafu can live without Yuki, which is really sad.
Yeah.
I feel like I
Ninote
delivered
ko
that
yan
very
eh.
joyfully. But
Ano,
it's really sad.
ninote ko yan eh nung sinabi mo yun. Just to
Yeah.
remind myself. Yeah. Yun lang. Wala lang, ninote ko lang siya. Like exactly what you said.
And it's really nice as well that all their stories started with what their season is
Seasons.
symbolizing. So
Yeah.
like Uwe and Mafu started with the winter. Their story, his story with Yuki started in the winter.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Fuyu no Hanashi. Fuyu
Mm-hmm.
is winter, Hanashi is story, a winter story.
Mm-hmm.
And then it ended in summer when he realized that he's in love with Uwe. And
Yeah. And
he's
Uwe is his summer.
yeah. And then with Aki and Haru, it happened in the fall and it ended
In
with spring.
decay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they confess each other during spring
Spring.
with the cherry blossoms. It's
Yeah.
just really cute. It's really nice as well that they started the season like the season thing with the person who has the most baggage that needs helping, and then they ended in the season with with whoever has the the better mentality. Diba? Ayun lang. I just wanted to point that out for
Yeah.
everybody.
Speed
Bumps.
Welcome to another Speed Bumps with Kay. So, I will be talking about my first love and the shocking discovery, theory that my other friend and I had just this year, actually. So, for privacy reasons, I will be giving out code names. So, we'll call my first love as Shia. And in our friend group, we have L and A. I talked about Shia in this episode, but to put it shortly, we met online since we're all K-pop fans, and I had a sort of romantic-ish relationship with Shia. I say that because we were never really official, but we did say the four-letter words to each other, and I basically planned my future around her during college, which I do not recommend that. Don't do that. A year before our graduation, Shia passed away due to cancer, and it really broke me. My friends can attest to this. I was literally mourning for like 2 years after that, and it didn't help that I had a unstable mental health during those times. And yeah, so all the news about Shia, her personal life, her pictures, her videos, even the funeral plans was being delivered to us by L, because he's the one that knows Shia personally. So years had passed. A and I have met in person, and we've also lost contact with L. And just this year, it was a typical work day. We use Viber in our workplace, and Viber has this thing where it notifies you if someone you know joined the app. I must have had
L's contact saved on my phone somewhere, so it notified me that he joined. And to my surprise, his profile picture is Shia. I immediately messaged A. I told her, can you give me copies of your pictures and videos of Shia? I just need to confirm something. And once I did see all the pictures, I told A about it, the Viber thing. I've already had doubts of Shia's existence like a few years before, but I brushed it off because I wanted to believe that she's real. But looking back now, that might not have been the case. And in A's words during our conversation, this is like a case of AO3 authors dying just because they can't finish their work. So that was my first love.
What a
It's a
good
shocking
comparison for
discovery.
an ending of a sad story.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I'm fine.
Yeah, everything is fine
I'm okay.
while the room bursts in
Everything is
flames.
fine. Yeah. I can laugh
Yeah.
about it now.
I remember when you first talked about your suspicions. It was like a few years ago. You sent it to me and you were like, I think
Yeah,
she is fake.
yeah.
And I don't remember my response, but I do remember that moment. And then you started having doubts.
I remember you told me that the feelings were real,
Oh.
and that kind of comforted me.
Oh wow.
It's like, yeah, even if Shia doesn't exist, I am the way I am because of her existence, quote unquote existence.
Alam mo,
We'll never know.
every time someone brings up something I said in the past, it surprises me. I'm like, I'm that eloquent? Really?
Just
You
forgot
know,
about
I
it.
you
Really?
know that's me as well with you. You say stuff about me as well. Like really?
Yeah, I said that. Well, it's surprising because this happens a lot with me. Anyway, yeah, the point still stands. Even though Shia doesn't exist, the feelings for Shia was real, so it's
Hmm. Also, guys, don't do that.
okay. Don't do something like that.
Um,
It's very shitty. It
don't do
fucks with
something
people's
like that.
brains.
Yeah, it took me
Yeah,
years to cope.
yeah. Like I saw you break down, and it was in the middle of class for fuck's sake.
Hmm.
Like,
Bree was with me when I got the news.
yeah, I wasn't in the same class as you kasi I think credited yung class na yun for me.
Oh no,
But
no, it was during an event.
oh, it
You
wasn't an
came to school late
event.
because there was an event in the morning, and Bree and I were at school because we're officers.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I saw you break down. I saw the grieving process. It's a really really shitty thing. Like I didn't experience it, but seeing your friend in that situation, it's really shitty. So like, don't do that. Like if
Hmm.
you want attention, do it some other way,
And like
please.
the the thing is, you guys develop like a relationship with each other. Just be yourself. Like why do you have to be
Yeah.
someone
Hmm.
else?
And like I'm certain then that you told Shia things that you didn't tell L and A.
Hmm.
And now all of those like secrets and all of those moments, it feels like it's been stolen from you in some way.
Honestly, I didn't feel anything
Mm,
when I confirmed it through pictures. I was like, huh. So my suspicions were right.
yeah,
Okay. I guess it's because it's just been years
yeah.
and I've gotten over it.
And like you've sat with the idea that she's fake for a while.
Hmm.
But yeah, don't do that. Like literally
Hmm.
don't it's really shitty.
Yeah. So that's that. Let's go back to Given.
Speed. Bumps.
You guys don't have anything else now?
No.
No,
I've said
honestly, yung
everything.
mga shinare ko rin sa discussion, they were
Yeah.
not in my notes. They
Mm.
just came out of my brain.
Mm.
Kasi
Oh.
parang, just comparing it to my notes, medyo useless yung nasa notes ko. It's not as profound as what came out of my mouth.
There
Meron,
was one. Yeah, sorry.
meron akong note dito. I still don't get why people cut their hair when they're heartbroken. I really do not get that. We got that with Yayo.
I
We
did
got that with
that.
Haruna.
Stop shaming me. I did that.
I
The
don't
thing
get
is,
it.
the Haru with Haru, it's understandable because he kept his hair long
For Aki.
when he started realizing his feelings for
Yeah.
Aki.
And Aki kept on commenting on it.
Yeah,
So
and
he
then the reason why he cut it is like it's like giving himself like, okay, I need to move on from Aki. Parang ganun.
Yeah.
He didn't though, but you know,
Yeah, he did move
the
on.
sentiment is what counts. I wanted to point out, I forgot to mention this. Hiragi and Ue have the same personality. It's just that they have a different approach. They have a similar personality, I swear. It's just they have a different approach to that personality, which makes them different. But they're
Yeah.
really similar. That's why they keep clashing.
That's why they're always fighting. Natawa talaga ako dun nung
Fighting.
nung inaasar siya ni Hiragi, and then Uwis just, naaway ako!
Yeah, he's like, patigilin mo to, kaibigan mo. And Mafus
Kakatayin ko
just,
to. Tapos, di ba, they have animals. Yung parang
yeah.
animal, nila. Yung sa kanya, it's a trembling cat.
Yeah. And Mafus was like, yeah, I understand. I
Basta
want to do that as well.
I love how sassy and bratty Mafu is as well. Di ba nga yung pinupuri ni Uwe, yung sina pinupuri ni Uwe yung mga band members na parang, Haru, you're doing good. Tapos si Aki was like, gawa ng si Aki. And I'm like, Aki-san, you're also in sync. And then sabi ni Maf, parang, and then
You
sabi
need
ni Uwe,
to work
sabi ni
hard.
Uwe, you need to work harder. And then sabi ni Mafu,
did you just click your tongue? Ang funny din na ano na. That's yun din yung gusto ko sa like the new relationships that they have,
Yeah.
like the current ones, they're
Yeah.
comfortable with each other. Aki and Harry are
Yeah.
comfortable with each other.
they're just
When,
bickering.
yeah, they're just so cute. Ah.
And yun
Okay.
nga sabi ni Aki na parang he was worried na Uwe might end up being too soft on Mafu. But no, he even became like much stricter. Actually, he became stricter with Mafu. Mas kumapal yung mukha niya.
Okay, jowa ka na to. Pwede ko na tong
Pwede
pagsabihin.
ko na awayin. Pwede na pagalitan. Jowa ko na.
Pero ang cute talaga ng part, I forgot na bumalik na naman kay Uwe. Ang cute ng part na si Uwe when Mafu confessed, pumunta siya kaagad kay Haru to ask permission. Like, he didn't even say, oh yes, I like you back.
Binrag niya ng bigla si Mafu.
Like, punta tayo kay Haru. We need to talk.
Paalam tayo.
Ang cute lang nun. Sobrang ano niya talaga, sobrang wholesome ni Uwe. Legit.
Yeah.
Pag totoong banda to, bias ko si Uwe.
True. Same. Magiging bias ko rin si Uwe.
Tangina,
Ako,
ang
Aki
cute
pa
niya
din.
talaga.
I just gravitate towards drummers.
Ang cute talaga nila. Ayun, so rating.
Who's gonna rate first?
Sino?
Me?
Ikaw, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the plot, perfect score. Need I say less? Execution, perfect score. 30-30. I have no problem with the execution at all.
Mm-mm.
Cinematography, ito yung nagpa-dip ng scores.
Animation.
I gave it 15% out of 20 because there
Mm-mm.
were really some animation na hindi siya same quality as parang hindi consistent yung quality. Ayun.
Mm-mm.
That's why I gave it a lower score. And for it to be a kailan lumabas to?
2019.
2019 siya lumabas. And
Mm-mm.
a lot of 2019 animes, they're better. So I get it.
Yeah.
Bago pa lang yung studio, but still,
Yeah.
they could have done better.
Yeah.
Acting, perfect score. Especially during the parts where it hurts. Ang galing ng acting nila. Soundtrack, perfect score as well.
Yeah.
So my overall score is actually 95% forgiven.
Ooh. Sobrang taas.
Yes.
Mababa yung akin ng konti.
Oh.
Okay, ako na ba?
Yes.
Okay. So for me, for the plot, I gave it a 27% out of 30%.
Mm.
Kasi, wala lang, I just don't think there's like a perfect plot, to
Yeah.
be honest. Just be honest. Just yun lang. Parang,
Mm.
from a writer's perspective,
Yeah.
there will always be room for improvement.
Mm.
Kumbaga. In terms of execution, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect. I love it. I love how they did everything. Like, especially, di ba, yung anticipation sa boses ni Mafuyu.
Mm.
They did it so well, unlike Beck.
Sabi ka.
Move on na
So it's
tayo.
30%.
Basta Takuro, good acting.
And then the animations, yeah, it's not as good, especially now that I have like a benchmark of what a good animation looks like,
Mm.
especially with this type of genre,
Mm.
diba? So I gave it a 14% out of 20.
Mm.
And then for the acting, I gave it out of 15%, ano?
Yes.
13.5 out of
Yeah.
15.
Mm.
Kasi na the part where Mafuyu just starts humming is very jarring. Nako, parang, oh, wow, that's a lot. Medyo nakakabigla lang siya. And then the soundtrack, perfect. Perfect. It's 5% out of 5%. So the total is 89.5%. And I'm very satisfied with that. So yeah.
I had a lot of thinking with my rating. I had to like go. If you look at my notes, like the rating, puro
Yeah.
erasure. Kasi pabalik ba, pag ganon-ganon ako. So, medyo satisfied na rin siguro ako dito. So, for the plot, I gave it I gave it a 27 at first.
Mm-hmm.
And then, while we were doing the discussions, I realized, kasi the reason why I gave it a 27 is because kind of like what Lita said, there's still room for improvement and stuff. But then I thought about it. I'm like, I actually did like the story. Like there aren't arcs that I saw na disappoint
Unnecessary.
ako.
Yes.
Yeah. So like sobrang rare na nangyari to kasi even with my favorite like stories, may arcs pa rin na medyo nalulungkot ako and stuff. Parang nade-disappoint ako. So like it's very rare for me to find a story that I'm not disappointed with anything. So I gave it a perfect score na.
Mm-hmm.
The execution, I think we've all mentioned it. It's a perfect score. It's really good. It's
Mm-hmm.
executed very well. The details are
Yeah.
the
And
planted seeds were
yeah.
good.
And considering there are sensitive topics in there as well,
Yeah.
they handled it very well.
Yeah.
They
Exactly.
handled it very well. Like it does give you enough discomfort because it should make you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Parang ganun. But
Yeah.
it's not excessive in a way na parang it's
It revolves around
parang
that issue.
no, yeah, pero parang it's not ano yun? Anong term yun? Parang trivializing it
Mm-mm.
in a
Yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yun lang.
For the animation, ito yung mababa sa akin. It's
Mm-hmm.
14 out of 20.
Yeah.
I guess not a good animation. We can say na it's because bago
Yeah.
nga lang siya.
Yeah.
I think I like the other animation of like the other work that they did, which is after Given.
Mm-hmm.
Than Given. It's still not the best, but like I like that better.
It's better.
Yeah. Acting, I gave it a perfect score,
Mm-hmm.
15, because I really love how Yano-san did Mafu. Like, when before the anime was announced, like they announced the voice actors and stuff, like a lot of people are very like nandun ka eh, parang if you read something and then it became like parang
Animated.
media out animated, it has that scary feeling of who's gonna do this ganon. And
Yeah.
Soma did the audio drama. I think I mentioned that. And you guys know
Yes.
how much I love Soma.
Yes.
So like
Again,
for
he's
me,
the first Seiyu I ever recognized because of how much you mentioned him.
I feel like I was like, oh no, I really love Soma to be the voice actor. But like it's a different studio kasi that's why they chose other seiyus for it. And then syempre ando pa rin yung comparison, but like Yanasa really did a good job. Especially since he's fairly new in the
Mm-hmm.
industry as well. I think he debuted around 2013, 2014.
Mm.
So that's fairly young or like
Yeah.
fairly new in the industry, especially since he had the main
Considering
character
yung
na.
mga seiyus, nag-start sila ng bata pa lang sila.
Yeah, and like others, kasi usually you would say, even if you debut, it's gonna take you how many years until you get like an MC role.
Mm-mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I really like Yano-san's voice
Yeah.
acting here. I also enjoyed all the other seiyus as well. Yuma did a really good job with Ue. I love how I love the gay panic. I love the serious tones. I love all
Yeah.
of like I love the way that he portrayed Ue so much. It The reason why I gave it a perfect score is because of Yuma and Yana-san.
Yeah.
Egu did not, I actually love Egu's voice acting here as well. I don't know. I just really love the way that they voiced even
Sorry.
Asunama. Oh, sorry, yeah.
Sorry, bigla ko lang naalala. Di ba yung sa yung sensitive topics, I
Yeah.
said trivialize. The
Yeah.
more perfect term, I just remembered it now, it's sensationalize.
Ah.
Hindi nila sinensationalize yung sensitive scenes. Parang
Hmm.
ganon. So, yun lang. Sorry, bigla ko lang nag-poof sa utak
Oo.
ko.
Ayun nga,
Kasi I'm
see,
gonna forget again if I keep it in.
ayun, see, Asanuma, he's Ugetsu's voice actor. I've always wanted to introduce him to you guys, but I don't know any of his anime that you guys have watched. Because the ones that I know, you guys haven't watched it yet. So I'm like, give it, yay, he's here.
Now, meron na isa.
Yeah, Asano was really good because this he has a very different types of voices that he does for his characters. I love the
Mhm.
way that he did Ugetsu. Ugetsu's voice sounds very childish, like playful, but at the same time he's very
Mhm.
serious, and you can hear like the pain whenever he's like
Yeah,
panicking or like freaking out and stuff.
yeah.
So that's why I gave medyo naging discussion about voice acting na. Anyways, it's a perfect score. I'm sorry. um, Soundtrack is also a perfect score because I think I've mentioned multiple times how much I love the sounds for this.
Yeah.
Um, my my rating is 94. It's because of the animation na nag-dip siya. Personally, I'd give it like a 96. But that's just me. So the final rating that we have is 92.8%. I'm happy.
That's good.
um,
That's a
I
good score.
given though I know how much I love it,
Yeah.
and objectively speaking, it's good for me. So I was really scared that you guys would give it like a lower score. So I'm really happy with 92. It's
Yeah.
fun. So that's our discussion, our very lengthy discussion of Given. There
Yeah.
were like just a lot of scenes there to cover. That's why it's been so long.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mahaba-haba tong episode na to.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening to our Given discussion. I hope you guys enjoyed. Watch it. Thank you.
Side?
Tracked.
May you all find your summer and spring because we're just winter and fall. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.